We are starting our webinar, our usual Tuesday webinar, and we had an incredible time, I hope, with Patricia McPherson. Unbelievable. Think about it. Less than 3 years in the business, over $500,000 income earner, and incredible, right? It makes you wonder how many more $500,000 income earners we have on this webinar tonight. And I hope all of you are having high goals and setting up big dreams and dusting off your dreams and coming on board with us, because I know on this webinar we not only have some agents, but of course sometimes we have guests, and sometimes we have agents with new agents. So the first thing that I want to do is welcome all of our new agents on board. We would love to welcome you to our secret family and kind of give you a bunch of virtual hugs and obviously give you a bunch of real hugs at our national conference. And speaking of the national conference, we have one coming up in just less than a month. Is our conference in Phoenix. And it's called Ignite. It's in the name of the conference. So you guys will have an incredible time. We're going to be definitely throwing some fire into the field and setting the world on secret passion fire. And I'm excited. I know that a few of you, again, some housekeeping, you want to make sure to get your ticket to invite. In Ignite, you want to make sure to organize with your team and see if you can drive together to Ignite. I know we have some people that are organizing buses. I know a few people on the webinar today are going in the vans and driving there together, which is a fantastic way, I think, to go into the event, because on the way back, I promise you, it's going to be a very fast ride back, because most of the time people are so excited, they're so focused on what they are about to accomplish in their marketplace that they really are doing a lot of talking, a lot of game planning. So I highly encourage you to get together with your team leader and figure out and ask them what do they have in place to get you there, absolutely get you there. Now, in terms of conference itself, we have an incredible guest speaker that normally people pay thousands of dollars to get to see him, to hear him speaking, his teachings. It's none other than John Maxwell is going to be at our national conference. So make sure to book your tickets, to get your hotel squared away, to make sure to work as a team, work as a family, and figure out the way to get yourself there. And we have a motto in secret, at least me and Casey, we say, don't leave a single person behind. And this is where we're locking arms and making sure that you guys are there with us. And this is where all the forces are coming together, where you will see, obviously, me and my husband, you'll see all the top money earners, you'll see our guests from abroad, from Israel, you're going to see guests from other countries. So it's a really an intense event when it comes to information. So those of you who wants all the information, you want to be there. Those of you who wants to see who is making money, so trust me, there's going to be everybody who is going to be attending. Not everybody at this event will be making a lot of six-figure income, but I promise you, people that do, they will be at this event. So if you want to align yourself and find out how they did it, you need to get to that event. And when it comes to parties, man, I know one thing that Secret knows how to party. We have actually two. We have a big banquet for our top leadership on Thursday night. And then we have a company sponsored party. It's 80s theme. So make sure to get your 80s gear on and participate in this party. It's on Saturday night. And obviously plan to leave sometime on Sunday late evening, because there's going to be breakout sessions. You want to have strategy sessions with your leaders. So be at Ignite Convention. I can't stress it enough. Next thing I want to mention that obviously you see me here via webinar. I'm located here in Arizona, in Scottsdale, Arizona. But guess what? I always say I'm just a phone call away. So I want to make sure that all of you guys that are listening to our webinar today have my phone number. My phone number is 253-606-0420. I don't have enough fingers on one hand. 253-606-0420. So make sure that you have my number. If there's anything I can do to help you out, please shoot me a text message. If I'm busy, I'll make sure to answer it. Now, all the information that we're going to be sharing with you today, we have a detailed Wow Party training in the back office on the askthecalls.com, same website that you logged in. So you're welcome to go and push the replay and actually listen. It's about 45-50 minute training on how to conduct a wow party. Today we're kind of just gonna spend some time on the highlights, and what I'm gonna start doing more in the next webinars, I'm gonna be focusing more on different parts of this training. So next webinar, I'm gonna be focusing more on how to invite people, to give you a couple of options of how to invite somebody to a wow party. How would you invite somebody to a sit down? How do you invite somebody to, I don't know, look at the sample if you're calling them long distance. So make sure that you plug it in so that you receive those nuggets. Now, again, the majority of the information when it comes to forms, when it comes to recognition forms, when it comes to different resources, you can find all of it on the back office on secretdirect.com. So make sure to log onto your back office and cruise around. There's a lot of information there, but it might take you some time. I won't recommend to do it during the day or during the wow party making activity when you can make some phone calls, but do it maybe late at night or super early in the morning. I love early morning time when it's quiet and you can check out your back office and get energized from that, right? So let's jump right into the training. So today we're going to be talking about wow parties, and we're going to be talking about your daily method of operation of money making activity. And so the first thing is, when it comes to wow parties, and sometimes that people call them mud parties, so they invite people to a mud party, you're welcome to do so. That on majority of our company paperwork, you'll see wow party. Now, why we call them wow parties is because on any product you touch, guess what the people say? That's right, they say wow. That's why in the presentations, I always say the minute the first wow comes out of somebody's mouth, I said, guess what? Guess why we call them wow parties? That's why. And they laugh and they chuckle, and then they keep on saying that word through the presentation. So let me give you 3 reasons why. First of all, why, where, and when to conduct your wow parties. The first thing is, why wow parties? Number one, we want to, in this business, a network marketing business, we want to work smart and hard. But eventually we want to work smart, because you know the time that you put in your business right now obviously overpowers. You put that much time, but you're making that much money. But eventually, guess what? That ratio is going to start where you're having a lot more money and a lot less time. Now, how do you do that? It requires duplication. It requires something that somebody can do just by watching you doing a couple of times. And so we believe that in wow parties, that is really what happens. And in fact, if you're a new agent with us on this webinar, you're going to know and you're going to hear from your sponsor that I will do 2 wow parties for you, and then I'll watch you do one. Now, we have an incredible flip chart, a tool that we, you don't have to read everything on it, but you can skip a couple of pages if you don't know them. We're happy to get on the 3-way phone call with you and help you out. But why wow parties is, again, it allows you to leverage your time. It allows you to duplicate your business. And most importantly, it's time efficient and money efficient way to grow your business. And I'll give you an example. Obviously, all of us know some people. And if you, let's just say you called 5 people and you set up 5 appointments throughout the week, you're going to it's going to take you anywhere between 15 minutes to half an hour to get to that appointment. You're going to spend about 20 minutes, 25 minutes on actual appointment. And then you're going to drive another half an hour back home. So that's an hour and a half of span of time where you're going to be meeting with that new person. Now imagine if that same hour and a half you spend, instead of 1 person, you spend with 5 or 6 people. Exactly right. So that is what the wow parties are all about. So what we recommend is to set up 2 wow parties every week for the next 4 weeks, and invite people throughout the week to fill in those wow parties with guests. And then obviously when you spend an hour and a half, instead of spending it with 1 person, you now spend it with 5 or 6, and they are booking parties in turn. So you create this flow of your business where you're booking parties from parties, or booking appointments that lead to parties, and so forth. It creates a rhythm to your business, leverage, and obviously money making. So that's why wow parties. Number 2 is where. Now, the best place to have your wow party is at your house. And I realized some homes are big, some homes are small. And I've done the best parties in studio apartments at a little table in a kitchen. You know why? Because 4 people in a small studio apartment feels like a lot of people. 4 people in a giant home feels like not so many people, right? It's kind of interesting how the energy is created. So I believe that when you have a party at your home, where do people usually congregate? They usually congregate in your living room that's adjacent to the kitchen, right? Or better, the kitchen nook or a kitchen kind of bar style, kind of kitchen, yeah, area, or by the kitchen table. So these are, I found, the 2 best places is to have at your home, at your living room, or at your dining room, or at your kitchen table. The other reason for that is it has the best lighting. And as you know, with Secret, because we apply the products and because we show people how the product can produce results within 15 minutes, you want to have the best lighting possible. So that is where. Now, if you, let's say, if you scheduled a wow party at, let's say, your dentist's office. Sometimes our dentists, like, I know a lady that scheduled a wow party as an employee appreciation party at a dentist place. Of course, you're gonna do it. You're not gonna deny it. But guess what? After you do the presentation, you can schedule parties from there into their homes, into more intimate atmosphere where people are more comfortable inviting people to that place. People are also more open to come to your place where you live, and they already know where you live, and then come to some strange place, let alone in the hotel. So don't rent places. It's not duplicatable. It's expensive, and it's not really fun to be there. So home and the kitchen table is the best place to do your wow parties. Now, when to do wow parties? Anytime, you guys. Even if you have a party tomorrow. I know I'm going to have some people on this webinar where they're going to say, well, you know, tomorrow's kind of soon. You never know. If you're going out tomorrow and you have tickets to some hot concert, you start calling around. You don't even think twice if it's a short notice, right? So it's exactly the same thing with wow parties. It's an exciting event. It is an exciting event when you put a mask on somebody's face and the wrinkles disappear in 15 minutes. Now, the concerts usually last 3-4 hours, and it requires, you know, time and preparation. Here, they can pop up by your house, and you can pop up at their house, do a quick presentation, and there you go. It doesn't have to be a particular time. If they allow you to do it at 9 o'clock in the evening, why not? And now we've done parties, sometimes crazy, when people say, well, can you come by right now? And it's 10:30 at night. You know, you cook it when it's hot, right? And we had a big goals with Secret. We wanted to achieve our 6-figure ring inside, first, obviously, a first year being in the business, and we did it inside of 9 months being in the company. So if you are that way, then the parties is the way to go at your home with a bunch of people. Make sure to make numerous phone calls to get people there, numerous in terms of invite a lot of people, and make sure to have it at your house, and you'll have lots of success and lots of fun with this business. So that answers why, where, and when. Now let's talk about leverage in terms of numbers, because I always say, people say, well, how many parties do I need to do per week, per month to create this kind of a good, reliable income? And what I'm going to do is to give you guys a couple of numbers, because when we started, we had exactly the same questions. I wanted to know how many presentations I need to do, how much product I need to sell or people sign up, and what I need. Do I need customers? Do I need agents? How does it work? Do the wow parties really do the trick? And what's our average volume per party, and see how it really can shape up, because I know we have a lot of people on this webinar that have big goals to leave their jobs and do this business full time. So here's the numbers, and the numbers didn't come from thin air. In fact, in the first 6 months on the business, we've done over 500-600 parties, because we were trying to set up 2 to 3 parties per day, sometimes with one person, sometimes with 15, but it averaged out, and now this is where the numbers start, where you guys want to write it down, because it's important. It's going to give you a lot of confidence of going out there and grow your business based on the wow party. So we calculated, when we took all those 600 wow parties that we did, we took all those parties together, and we looked at, we kept track. We had tracking sheet, and someday When I'm in your area, please ask me to show those tracking sheets to you. They're kind of fun. We created them on our own, and this tracking sheet included the date of the party, who was the host, how many people we had at the party, how much retail was sold, how many customers signed up, how many agents signed up, and how many parties are booked. The last one was very important because for us, that created flow that gave us those 600 parties, one from another. And so here are the numbers that we calculated. Average party is attended by about 4 to 6 people. Now, again, some parties we had 1 or 2 or 3. Some parties we had 10 to 12. But it averaged out over 600 parties, about 4 to 6 people per party. The next thing we figure out after looking at all the sales that were done at the party is how much volume was sold through each party. And now sometimes it was a VIP customer that was signing right there on the spot. Sometimes it was a retail customer that was signing up right there on the spot. Sometimes it was an agent that kind of filled out the paperwork but made a decision maybe 48 hours later. So we took it all in consideration, and we came up that the average party yielded about 500 BV business volume per party. So we have 4 to 6 people at the party. We have about 500 BV per party. And then at that time, we had easily, well, we tracked our activity weekly, but I'm going to give you just monthly numbers. If over a month period of time, you have 100 parties going in your team on monthly basis, and that's, again, not you doing all those 500 parties, but let's just say you recruited a few people who recruited a few people who recruited a few people, and now you have, let's say, 25 people doing those parties. And let's say each one of them are just doing 1 a week, right? So 1 a week, if they do it 1 a week, that's 4 parties per month. 4 times 25, that's 100 parties. Now you can see how it can build up very fast. Most of them didn't do just 1 a week. They did a whole lot more. We actually averaged 100 parties per week. So if you take, again, if you take 4 to 6 people per party, 500 BV per party, and again, we had 20, if you have 100 parties going in your team throughout the month, if you take 100 and you multiply it by 500 BV per party, if it's all happening in your pay leg, in your shorter leg, it comes to about 50,000 BV for that volume. Oh, there's my husband poking out. So 50,000 BV. Now, if we take just one way, the company pays us, which is team commissions. As you know, we have 5 other ways we get paid. This 15% of the 50,000 BV comes to about but it's calculated at $7,500 per month. And as you know, you're in the 6-figure income if you're making over 8,000. So you could see how those 1 or 2 parties per week doing by not a big stretch for people to do can add up to a lot of money for you. So it's literally doable if you want to create the flow to get yourself into 6-figure income over the next 6 to 9 months. It just depends how fast we can find those agents for you and how simple and faster you can implement the secret system and your daily method of operations that I'm going to share with you guys in just a minute. Now, in the party, everything in the party is all about preparation. Now, obviously, the number one thing you got to have at the party is the product. Without the product, it's really hard to excite anybody about Secret. Now, even today, when we played when we did the first webinar for you guys on the recruiting, we encouraged you to get together with the person that brought you here and do a demonstration on your face. In the sense, it's a miniature wow party. So again, to do that demonstration, if I come to your home and have a brochure in my hand and rub it on your face, you're probably going to think I'm crazy, first of all. Second of all, I highly doubt you're going to get a 15-minute results that's produced by applying our product. So you need to have the tools of the business. If you go in the restaurant today, in any restaurant that makes sandwiches, and they don't have all the ingredients to make a sandwich, that you probably won't be in the business for too long. And when they have the variety, they're making a lot more money because now people have a lot more choices to spend a lot more money with you. So having packages, having the demonstration packages is crucial. Now, the best value, and I'll repeat myself, the best value, the best and the most product that you get for your money in our big professional package is actually special agent and professional pack. Now, why is that? Because the way the packages are marketed, if you take one product at a time and add them together, it's going to be, even as an agent or as a customer, you're still going to be spending a lot more money than buying a full package. The best case this best scenario I can show you, it's when most of you probably have been to Costco, and in Costco you can go and buy 2 big bottles of ketchup. You might not eat them as fast. You might not like ketchup, but if somebody in your family does, you pay same $6 for 2 big bottles of ketchup than you pay for a small bottle in the grocery store. Now, in Secret, you get the best value, the most product in the big packages. So you're saving a tremendous amount of money. If you study wealthy people, they do study where you save the most of your money. And it's like getting a fully loaded BMW that's normally at $95,000. You get that BMW for $40,000. And if you look at your registration forms, it's your Secret Agent application form, you will see that in our professional pack, you get over $4,300 worth of product for $16.99. And you're starting a business. Look at any businesses today, even if you go and mow the lawn somewhere, you use Toro is not the same amount of money. You got to get gas every time. You got to get a good equipment. You got to get cleaning, rakes, and all that kind of stuff. It's going to cost you well more than that amount of money. And again, with Secret, it only makes sense. Now, we would be obviously not very smart if we didn't only give you a chance to see the value of the packages. And of course, step down from that is our special agent pack that has everything, the entire line of product except all the new products that were unveiled in the last 6 months with Secret. And then step down from that, we have a premium package that obviously is a great package to conduct, or not only use for yourself, but to conduct a very successful wow party. The only thing that's missing from that package is our green line, which is, as you know, it's some of you cannot live without the green line. So I know I can. The eye serum goes with me everywhere, right? So the green line is missing. But again, it'd be silly for us as a company, knowing that people, when they invest in their business, we created a program called Superstar. And the Superstar is a program that puts you in front of what's called the Fast Start bonuses, where you have an ability to make your money back within a couple weeks in the business. And here's how we do it. So again, it's for new agents out there that are sitting right now and possibly thinking about getting that package. And I highly recommend to do it. So let's assume I started my business with, let's say, middle pack. We got the premium package. And by the way, the company allows you to upgrade your packages within your first month in the business. So let's just say I started with the $550 package, and I brought 2 people in the business. I brought my sister on one side, and let's say she's jazzed, she's excited about it. She bought same package as I did. She bought a premium pack. Now my mom says, man, I need it all. I want shampoo, I want conditioner, I want body mud, I want everything. So give me that professional package. So what happens after those 2 people get in the business? The company cuts you a check for $200 immediately, because now you are nominated what's called a Superstar. So you sold a premium and a professional pack. The company cuts you a check for $200. They also cut you a check for $50 for enrolling your sister with a premium pack, and a $150 check for enrolling your mom with a professional pack. So now, if you do the math, it's 200 plus 150 plus 50. You already made $400 just in bonus money. Well, I'm not even talking about team commission, check match, any customers you get along the way. Now, check this out. Let's just say you are crazy, which of course we all are, right? You go and keep on going further. Instead of just recruiting 2 people, you went ahead and did exactly the same thing. In fact, you did something even better. You brought 2 more people. One started with a special agent pack, and the other started with a professional. Well, guess what? That $150 bonus that you got first time, it now doubles. So now you get $300 for one and a $300 for another. So you make another $600. Now 600 plus 400 on the first bonus. Last time I checked, it was $1,000. If you guys start with the special agent or professional pack, you already made your money back by recruiting 4 people that will come with pack. It's impossible to find out what you like the best about secret products, right? So again, those bonuses never stop. You guys getting paid double as soon as you get Fast Start qualified. As soon as you get to Superstar, you start receiving those Fast Start bonuses. And after first 2 people, those bonuses double. So it's an incredible way to not only get your money back, but frankly, making income. We have people that figure out that they said, I'm just going to go and recruit 20 people out of the gate. They all need packages. So I'm going to not only make my money back, but I'm going to make $4,000 or $5,000 in the first month in the business. So you're welcome to do that. Try us, all right? We have the check ready for you. So our CEO, Isaac Benchbot, has that check for you. So let's move on from the product. Did I make it clear that you probably need a product for your WOW parties, right? The second thing that you guys need is applications. Now, applications are crucial. Number one, you got to carry them with you at all times because you never know when you're going to run into that person and they say, I'm ready to sign up. And you're going to sit there and your phone is out of juice. You don't have your computer and you're sitting there and you don't have a form. So make sure to have agent application form. Make sure you have a VIP customer forms. Now, in the WOW party setting, it's important to have forms too because sometimes you might have 6 people at the party and all of them are ready to buy something or become an agent. And if you tied up that computer with just one person, the other 5 are waiting. I much rather help them to fill out the paperwork and then put it all in the computer. Okay, so the third form that you absolutely should have for your WOW parties is skincare analysis form, and that one, if you use them all up in your secret agent case, make sure to go on your back office and print that one out. It saved me so much headache. Because after the salt and oil scrub station and all the body products that we tried, the mingle station, I hand them the skincare analysis form and I say, hey, fill this one out, go grab a station at our party table. We're going to be with you in just a few minutes. And so what happens is they fill out the form, and it teaches them about skincare, their skincare. It puts them in the mode to finally find out more about their skin and what is good for their skin. Find out what regimen they need, the foundational or age defying. It makes your life so much easier because now you can follow on the back, they can follow their own regimen and tell you. When you say what kind of mask your skincare analysis form recommends you to do, and it says recover, perfect, we're gonna do recover on you. And it says clarifying mud mask, oh fantastic, let's do that one. So it's easy, it doesn't create a lot of confusion, and most importantly, you're using the right mask for the right skin type, which is very important. So product packages, absolute must. Applications and skincare analysis form. Now, again, as I mentioned, you can go on the same askthecalls.com and watch this video, watch a detailed WOW party video on the back office on our website. So another step that I want to stop on besides the preparation is obviously when they sit down at the table, you're going to go through where Secret originated, why Secret is the best in terms of what makes us different from any other skincare. And then you're going to go through, you're going to tell them that they're going to try something called the Royale Secret regimen. And you're going to go through cleanser, exfoliator, and you're going to put the masks on. Now, what I like to do is when we explain the host program during the WOW party, I like to pass little index cards, and they're nothing big. You can go to Home Depot, Office Depot, and get some index cards or little cards, nothing big, and pass them around. And there's few things that I say that when I go through the host program, I say, look, we want to know more about what you like today so far at your party, so we know what product maybe goes on sale with our company. Maybe it's your product. We also want to know what product you are trying to get as part of your host program for free. And we also like to give free gifts when somebody hosts a party for us. So what I do is I go through the host program. I ask them to write their name, their phone number, so you have the card, not loose card with no head that you'll have a bunch of products with no name and phone number. So I'm going to make them write name, phone number, 2 of their favorite body products, 2 of their favorite face products, and then I ask them to write a potential date or a week when they would like to host a party. And the last thing that I do as I display on the little table, I got a package, a hose package from the back office in our secretdirect.com, is I display the triple pack hand cream, foot cream, and the body lotion, little triple pack, the travel size. I put the body mud, I put a nail kit, and maybe a couple of candles. You guys know we have special candles. But even if you have just the nail kit, the body mud, and that triple pack, I say you can pick any of these three products as part of your hose gift, free hose gift. So go ahead and write down on that card which one of those gifts you'd like to have, and then they write it down. One lady at the party asked me, she says, what if I want all three? And I said, no problem, I'll get you all three. As long as you put, you have 3 parties, I'll get you 3 of the hose gifts. We're all about having fun, and we don't mind to give you free gifts if you're putting us in front of 4 or 6 new people that you know. Moving on, guys. Then I collect those cards from them. And I say, you know, that was so much fun. Let's go ahead. I want to give a couple of giveaways. And I have a couple of nail kits that I overused. The box is already ripped, but guess what? The nail file is still new. The cuticle oil is still new. So part of my giveaway, sometimes if I have a party of 4 to 6 people, I give 3 people, I give them like a couple of cuticle oils, 1 per each, and maybe a nail file. It's nothing big, but something little that gives them attention. So you guys can do that certainly in your parties as well. And what it does, again, when you collect the cards, make sure to follow up on those cards within 48 hours after your party, because people are still excited. They still look at the mirror and they see the crooked faces that they have, and they're excited about what they're about to experience, and that they can bring it at home and share with your friends and family. So at the end, make sure to obviously to close at the parties, right? How do we close at the parties? You simply ask them a question. Would you like to save money? Or would you like to also save money and also maybe make some money? And there's a couple of pages of the flip chart that will help you to do that. Again, I would not, if you're not comfortable going through all the pages of the compensation plan, you can just stop on one page and do where it says 5 ways we get paid. And at our next webinar, I'm going to teach you guys how to present a compensation plan in a WOW Party setting. It's going to be very fast. It's literally going to take me 2 minutes to go over those 5 points, and you guys will learn it. I promise you, you can. We're going to record it, put it in the back office of the AskTheCalls.com, so you can watch it and learn how to do the compensation plan presentation during the WOW Party. So it's really simple, fast, and easy. We take the mystery out of it and takes the anxiety out of it. So stay tuned. Make sure you're on the next webinar with us. So the next thing that I want to make sure that you guys obviously know, we have a secret system that's called the S4S. And I already kind of alluded to that system, how we do it. If you look at your business on monthly basis, it has to have a structure. At least for me, it helps to have a general structure of how my business moves from which event to which event. So the first thing that you want to make sure that, well, you book 2 parties with us in the next 2 parties per week in the next 4 weeks. So plan out your 8 parties in advance. Most of you have, maybe not, maybe if you have your sponsor with you, share the dates with them so they can come and help you with those parties. If you don't have your sponsor with you and they are, or maybe they're long distance, please make sure that they know about it. Today at 4 o'clock, I'm doing a Skype presentation. I am, like I said, I'm in Phoenix, and that lady is in Toronto, Canada. So we're going to do a Skype WOW Party. But guess what? She's staying on track with her S4S system. And as far as her product is already in Toronto, she has it. So I'm going to walk her through the presentation where she has a flip chart on one side, I have a flip chart on my side, and we essentially speaking the same language. So make sure to book those pre-book those parties. Now, the next thing is, obviously, you have 4 weeks. It would be hard to do parties, or you will come to a party. The party is only a party when you have people at the party, right? So how do we get those people to the party? You got to invite them, right? You got to pick up the phone and call a few people and say, hey, I'm so excited about my new venture that I launched. It's a company that's actually marketing a lot of mud masks. They're out of the Dead Sea. They're out of Israel. It's an exciting, those things wipe out wrinkles in 15 minutes. I wanted to show that, have a demonstration. I'm practicing. Can you come to my house and play in mud with me? and try this product. And if you decide to join or buy, that's awesome, but I really just need your support. That's general invitation, that how you would invite somebody. So again, the next thing that I'm going to teach you guys, besides the S4S, they're having 2 parties per week over 4-week period of time, and inviting minimum having 3 people at each party. So we want to have the biggest mistake I think people make is when they look at the S4S, they look at those 8 parties, they have 3 people at each party, or they plan to have them. They go ahead and call 6 people. And they say, well, I'm going to call my best friends. I'm going to call people that I really know really well. They're all going to show up. Well, let me ask you, if you ever have a birthday party and or a wedding, do you invite your best friends and family and really close acquaintances to that? Of course, right? But how many of you know that even if you invite 150 people to a free food and a party and a celebration of your really pretty important event in your life, how many of you know that not all 150 people are going to show up? Because life happens. They have plans. Somebody gets sick. Somebody has changed their mind. Who knows what happens, right? So we know with the parties, exactly the same thing happens. So when I have people saying, well, I called 3 people, they get disappointed because people's lives happen and then they sit at home and they don't have anybody at the party. Not because secret is bad or not because the product is bad, but because they simply didn't call enough people. So today I'm going to give you a simple breakdown that takes your business, not just looking at it from a monthly basis, but looking at it from the daily method of operations. Here's, if you're part-time in this business, if you have 10 to 15 hours only to put into Secret, here's what you should be doing on daily basis. So obviously, like I said, let's say you planned your parties and you plan them every week to do one on Friday night and one on Saturday afternoon. So you have a party on Friday night, you have a party on Saturday afternoon. Now we want to get minimum 3 people to each party. To get 3 people to the party to show up, we want to make sure that twice as many people will say that they will come. So we need to make sure to get, yes, I'm going to come from 6 people. 6 times 2 parties for that week means 12 people that we need to make sure that they say yes. Now, to get 6 people to say yes, we need to invite twice as many people to get hold of, to make sure that they say yes, right? So if it's 6 times 2, we need to invite 24, 25. We'll round it up to 25 people over the week period of time. Make sense? So again, we have 2 parties. We are calling 25 people, not in one day, but throughout the week. So your first daily method of operation every day is to call 5 people from your names list that you're inviting to your party. Now, are you going to get hold of all 5? No, we already know. That's why we're calling twice as many people for our parties. So we know that some of the phone calls are going to go in the voicemail. Some people are going to say, I don't want to hear about it, or I cannot make it, right? With those people, let's just say they say, I can't make it. I can't do Friday. I have, let's say somebody's birthday dinner, and Saturday I have soccer game for my kid. Happens, right? So what happens, I say, no problem. You really should see it, and it will give me a chance to practice my presentation. Do you think I can come to your house? Or you can come to my house on a different date? And they say, usually what they say, really? You'll come to my house and show it to me? You say, absolutely. And you book a party on a different day to come to their house. If they say, no, I'll come to your house, which day you book another party at your house, right? Now, you don't want to tell them that you have these parties every week on the same days, because people are people. You don't want to, if you tell them you have it every Saturday, they're going to put you on the bicycle and say, well, I'll come some Saturday. So you make it an event, a new event, sound like a new event every week, right? So, so you make 5 phone calls. Now, what if you have a person that says, I don't like, it sounds like a pyramid scheme, or you're trying to sell me on something. I don't want to really go to like a big extent of an event, but I won't mind to hear about it. And what you say, okay, let's meet for coffee. That is your 5 hours and 5 minutes, right? And you book yourself at your lunchtime, at your break. And by the way, you never should have lunch alone. If you're doing this business part-time and you have a job, have lunch with somebody. Have lunch together with somebody so you can show them what is it that you do. So you guys are getting it. 5 people every day for the next 5 days until your parties start, right? The next thing, the second daily method of operation that you're gonna do is you're gonna find 2 new phone numbers. In other words, you're gonna prospect in the cold market to go find 2 new people that would like to hear about Secret. Now, I realize you guys, of course, how do we do it? We have this names list. How do we go prospect? Guess what? It's going to be one of our training topics on this webinar, the one after the next one. So make sure to tune in. We're going to be talking about prospecting a cold market. Now, it's really simple. Of course, I've done it for a few years. It's simple to me. Now, it's not going to be simple for you. You got to create a habit. It takes about 21 days to create a habit. So how do we do it? Let's say you're going through a drive-through coffee. You're probably going through the same drive-through all the time. Some of you know the coffee bartender. Why not ask him a question? Say, hey, you smiling every morning. I'm getting coffee from you at 6 a.m. in the morning every day. Are you getting paid all you want to get paid? Or are you having, do you enjoy working here? You know, most people say, well, it pays the bills. I don't mind to look at something else. And you say, listen, I'm launching this new skincare, I'm not launching my business, and I'm putting together my team of people that want to run and make more money and get a better future for your family. So would you be open to sit down with me for a cup of coffee so I can show you what is it that I do? And what do you think they're going to say? Sure. Here's what you say. Can I have your phone number? Do you have a business card? First of all, ask for a business card. Most people don't have business cards. They say, well, I'll give you my phone number. And they write it on the receipt of the Starbucks coffee thing, right? So you get the phone number. You gave them your card. Guess what? That's one phone number. So you cannot go to bed every day until you get 2 new phone numbers to add to your names list. That's your second daily method of operation. First one, 5 people every day from your names list to invite to your parties. Number 2 is finding 2 new phone numbers to add to your names list every day, so that in 5 days, guess how many names are you gonna add? Exactly, 10 new people. Third thing of your daily method of operation is listening to 15 minutes of a good audio or reading 10 pages a day of a good book. You guys, my kids come home every day and part of their homework is doing 20 minutes of math and reading 20 minutes of a good book. And I think as adults, sometimes we forget to do the simple things that make us better not only for your team, for you as a business, but it's going to make you better as a parent and as a person. So that's really it in terms of it. In terms of daily method of operation, the only bottleneck that I foresee from you guys is having your names list in place. So I'm going to wrap up our webinar. I went a little bit over time today. I apologize for that. But I want to make sure to turn that webinar back to your team leader that's conducting. I know we have whole teams on this webinar. You guys are doing potlucks and listening to the training together. So your team leader is going to help you to book your 2 parties for this week and for the next 4 weeks. And also, I think we still have about 15 minutes of your time to make a couple of phone calls to invite people to those parties so you can practice and know how to invite. Your team leader is going to coach you. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. This is the perfect time to do that that calling to somebody because your secret family is all around you. So I'm excited about you guys. I can't wait to see you all at the Ignite conference. And here we go. Let's fill out our schedules. Let's set up those parties and let's crank out our daily method of operations with a money-making activity that allows you to finish strong before conference and make a difference in the legacy of your families. I love you guys. See you next week at the same time.